Hey guys, thanks so much for joining me today. I'm Jen Hilman, and in this video, we are going to be taking a close look at the difference between Warrior 1 and Warrior 2. Now, this whole month is geared towards helping to define the basic foundation of your yoga practice. And that's why I've created these pose breakdown videos to help you understand the mechanics and the fundamentals of some of the most commonly used poses in any yoga practice that you're going to go to. So in this video, we are looking at these two very similar poses that also have some very key differences that are not often outlined when you go to take a class. So go ahead and like this video so you can come back and explore these two poses in detail anytime you need a refresher. Leave your comments below and subscribe to the channel. Then we'll go ahead and roll out your mat and get ready to take a look at Warrior 1 and Warrior 2. To begin, we'll start by taking a look at Warrior 1. So in this pose, you're going to step one foot forward and you'll step the other foot back. In this case, I've got my left leg forward and my right foot back. Now, just like Warrior 2, the front knee is bent into a lunge and the back knee is extended and straight. One of the first things that we'll notice that is different in Warrior 1 versus Warrior 2 is that in this position, Warrior 1, your feet will be hip width distance apart. And your back toes will be at a 45-degree angle so that your heel can touch down to the floor, but your hips can square towards the front. So oftentimes when I see people practicing their pose, their feet are one heel in front of the other. So it's like standing on a tightrope. This makes it very difficult to get the hips around towards the front. And that's why I suggest standing a little bit wider with your feet apart, so you have a little more room for your hips to move in this pose. And the focus of Warrior 1 is squaring your hips towards the front, then lunging forward into that front knee. And you will start to feel a deep stretch along the back calf all the way down into the heel. So we really want to anchor that heel into the earth and root down through the outer edge of the foot. So you're not just rolling to the inner arch. We really want to feel the back foot stabilized into your mat as you rotate the hips around and lunge forward into your front leg. From there, you'll lift up out of your waist so you feel a natural toning of your core, drawing your belly button in towards your spine and feeling length moving up along the sides of your waist. Then we'll sweep your arms straight up towards the sky, extending your fingertips, reaching all the way up through your arms and hands. Then again, working to square the hips towards the front and bring the shoulder around with you. So the whole torso is facing towards the front of your mat, with the outer edge of the back foot anchored down towards the earth and a deep, strong lunge in the front leg. So here we have Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana is the Sanskrit name of this warrior pose. Lift up in your waist, reach through your rib cage, up through your shoulders, your arms, and your fingertips. Then we can gently circle your arms down and extend your legs. And for good practice, we can try the second side. So you can step your right foot forward to the top of your mat and step the left foot back. Remember to keep your feet hip width apart from right to left. Turning your back toes at a 45-degree angle, you'll anchor down through the heel and the outer edge of your back foot. Working to square your hips around towards the front, lunge your weight forward into that front leg. Then we'll hug your belly in, lift up out of your waist, reach and extend your fingertips up towards the sky. Check in with your feet, your ankles, your legs, and your hips, rising up through your waist, your arms, your hands, and all the way up through the crown of your head. So we practice bringing presence and awareness to every part of your body in this pose. Warrior One. And we can gently release, and we'll take a closer look at Warrior Two. So one of the major differences that you're going to notice in Warrior Two is that instead of facing forward towards the front of your mat, your body is open towards the side of your mat. So again, the placement of the feet is very similar, although not exactly the same. So again, we can begin with the left foot stepping forward to the top of your mat, and the right foot will step back. Now you may be able to take a little bit longer stance on your mat in Warrior Two than you do in Warrior One. It just depends on how your body feels and how you like to practice. So there is some room for variation within the poses. But in this position, the placement of the feet is slightly different. This time, you will actually have your feet more aligned from front to back. So as you look down at your front foot, you could almost trace a line directly to the inner arch of the back foot. So it's almost perpendicular, so that the front toes are pointing forward and the back toes are basically parallel to the back edge of your mat instead of at that 45-degree angle. It's open almost completely to the side. Then again, we'll lunge forward into the front leg and keep that back leg straight and extended. Now, in the deepest variation of this pose, eventually we lunge deep enough that the thigh becomes parallel to the floor. So in some cases, you may need to take even a little bit longer stance so you really have some room to get deep into that lunge. When oftentimes I see students begin practicing with their feet a little closer together, then it's harder to get into that deep lunge. So if you have long legs, if you have a really short stance, see if you can spread it out a little bit and get deep into that lunge. So we really want to feel the work, building some heat into that front leg. And as you take that longer stance, this will also help to open the front hip on that back side. Now, lunging deep into the front leg, same idea. We're going to lift up out of your waist, squaring your shoulders over your hips. So sometimes we go forward, sometimes people reach back, but in a true Warrior Two, we want to have the shoulders aligned just over the hips. The arms extend out from the shoulders, and we want to really tone the strength of your arms. So we're not just having floppy arms, just stretching out to the side, but really hug the muscles onto the bone, reach through your fingertips, and feel that stretch across the front of your chest. And now it's time for some yoga with kitties. Yeah, it's always good to have some furry friends help encourage your practice along. So lunging deep into that front leg, lift up out of your waist, stretch your fingertips wide, and turn your gaze over your front hand. Warrior Two. For good measure, we'll practice the second side. So you can change the step of your feet, bringing the right foot forward and the left foot back. Be sure you have enough space so that you can lunge deeply into the front leg. Now anchor down the outer edge of your back foot. So again, we're not rolling to the inner arch, but rather feel the whole sole of your foot connected to the earth, and the back leg is straight and strong. Lift up out of your waist, toning your belly tight. Extend your arms with energy and power, reaching all the way out through your fingertips. Then turn your gaze over your front hand, feeling that strength, that power and stamina in your legs. Feeling the heat, the warmth build as you cultivate strength here. Take another full cycle of breath in your Warrior Two pose, breathing in and out. Then we can gently release, walking your feet back together on your mat. Thank you so much for joining me in this pose breakdown. I hope that this information has been helpful in allowing you to really cultivate mindfulness and awareness in the details of your poses. And as you build strength and confidence in your practice, you will be able to approach any of my beginner yoga videos or even step confidently into a yoga class nearby. So I hope you have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video, where we will continue to explore the details of some of your most basic and commonly practiced yoga poses. I'll see you soon. Namaste.